Hey everyone, what's up? This is Tris, and I'm excited that you're here today. Today we're going to dive into a topic that sheds light on a harsh reality many people face around the world. We lead comfortable lives, watching YouTube and enjoying the benefits of civilization, but let's take a moment to look beyond our own bubble. Poverty, poor living conditions, and deteriorating security are prevalent in various countries and regions, especially in slums. These slums are predominantly found in developing nations across South America, Asia, and Africa. However, what's alarming is that slum expansion has become a recent issue, even in developed countries. In this video, I'll break down the concept of slums in an easy-to-understand manner. By the end, you'll have a clear understanding of what causes slums and the harsh realities of life within them. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you find this video interesting, don't hesitate to show some love by hitting that like button. Now, let's get started. Chapter 1: Understanding Slums. First and foremost, let's define what we mean by the term slum. UNICEF, the international organization supporting children, established a global standard for slums at the World Children's Fair in 2021. According to this standard, an urban area with a high concentration of slum households is classified as a slum. There are several conditions to consider when identifying a slum. One crucial factor is the accessibility to clean water, which is often a challenge for slum households. Many people in slums have limited access to clean water and are forced to rely on dirty sources or go to great lengths to fetch water. Another critical factor is the availability of clean toilets throughout the area. Sadly, slums often lack adequate toilet facilities, leading to unsanitary environments and health risks like infectious disease. In addition to water and sanitation, there are 3 housing conditions to consider. Firstly, the land on which houses are built must be safe, and the houses themselves should provide protection against the elements. However, in slums, houses are often located in unsafe areas, like poorly maintained riversides, seasides, or mountain slopes. These areas have lower land prices, which attracts the poor. Secondly, there should be a limit on the number of occupants per room, with sufficient living space for each family. Unfortunately, meeting this condition is challenging in slums. Many houses are overcrowded, with families sharing limited living space, often in small, poorly constructed buildings. Lastly, having a legal basis to prevent forced eviction is crucial. In developed countries, most houses have registered owners, making it easy to prove ownership. However, slum dwellers often build houses without permission due to financial constraints, leaving them vulnerable to eviction. Failing to meet these housing conditions leads to numerous problems in the living environment. Overcrowding increases the risk of natural disasters and large fires, posing catastrophic risks to slum dwellers. Chapter 2: The Global Expansion of Slums. According to a United Nations study, the number of people living in slums was estimated to be 1 billion around the year 2000. Shockingly, this number is expected to double to 2 billion by 2030. When we consider the projected world population of 8.5 billion at that time, it's alarming to think that approximately 23% of people could reside in slums. Slums are not limited to developing regions. They can be found even in urban areas of economically developed countries. For example, Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, known for its wealth, faces significant wealth disparity. The slums in southwestern Rio de Janeiro, known as favelas, are densely populated areas where approximately 1 in 4 Rio citizens reside. These favelas cover about 2.1 square kilometers and highlight the stark contrast between wealth and poverty. Slums, such as Cañada Rio Galeana in Madrid, Spain, also exist in unexpected places. Madrid, with its historic buildings and tourist attractions, harbors this slum. divided into 6 sectors. Sector 6, in particular, has become a lawless area, rarely patrolled by the police. High crime rates prevail, making it a dangerous place with drug-related issues. Even in the United States, certain neighborhoods in Detroit, Michigan, have fallen into severe poverty and disrepair, reminiscent of slums. Once a thriving automobile hub, the city experienced a decline due to changing market preferences, leading to job loss and poverty. Over 30% of Detroit's population now lives in poverty, with the landscape marked by abandoned buildings and areas reminiscent of slums. As we've seen, slums are a global issue affecting millions of people. But what can we do to help? I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Chapter 3. Causes of slums. So why do slums exist? There are 3 main reasons contributing to the emergence of slums in specific areas. The first reason is population movement. As people with sufficient income seek better living environments, they migrate within cities, leaving behind less desirable areas that become slums. Poor individuals from rural areas often move to these locations in search of employment opportunities. However, their limited contribution to tax revenues makes it challenging for cities to sustain public services, resulting in neglect and the formation of slums. The second reason is economic disparity. As urban economies grow, the income of residents generally increases. However, less lucrative occupations continue to provide lower incomes, leading to widening economic inequality within the same location. Services improve for those with higher incomes, while the living conditions of the poor stagnate, further exacerbating disparities. The third cause is the deterioration of security. Slum residents, when unable to secure desired employment, may resort to criminal activities. The concentration of impoverished residents and criminals in neglected slum areas, along with the influx of criminals from other regions, escalates crime rates. This deterioration of security affects the entire environment and perpetuates the cycle of poverty. Chapter 4. Life within slums. Slums house people from diverse backgrounds and circumstances. They include individuals who migrated from rural areas in search of employment, families building houses without permission, and individuals born and raised in slums. So what is life actually like within these slums? Let's take a look at the Philippines as an example, a country grappling with slum issues. Families in slums often consist of many relatives living together, with children playing various roles in the household. Mothers often work as housekeepers or sell food to cover the family's expenses. Laundry becomes a significant task in these households, with tubs filled with water for hand-washing clothes. Thus, mothers are very busy with housework and work every day. But what do fathers do? In fact, in many cases, they are either soaking in alcohol and taking naps or gambling all the time. The poorer the man, the more likely he is to gamble, playing mahjong, cards, bingo, and cockfighting. Cockfighting is a Filipino specialty that pits chickens against each other, but it is basically a form of gambling, in which the winner is predicted to win or lose. Cockfighting takes place every Sunday, so men who have chickens spend their weekdays taking care of them, training them, and then drinking and gambling. Men in the slums can only do row work or day labor, but it is hard work and they earn little, only about $2 a day at best. Eventually, the work becomes mentally and physically demanding, and after a while they quit. Despite their circumstances, children in slums are drawn to the internet and spend time at internet cafes. They also enjoy music and open-air activities. While many people in slums maintain a positive outlook on life, the transformation into dangerous zones at night casts a shadow of fear. Criminal activities and the presence of wild dogs pose significant risks to the safety of slum residents. We often tend to perceive slum issues as distant problems that don't affect us. However, Economic disparities are widening even in our own countries, creating divisions between those who can afford urban living and those who cannot. It's essential for us to recognize this situation and take proactive measures, rather than remaining indifferent. It's time to reflect on these matters and work towards a more inclusive and equitable society. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content. As always, take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.